It's not clickbait. Google is actually accepting crypto payments for its cloud computing services starting in 2023, and this is a big deal. Not only does it give another legitimate use case for crypto as a form of currency, but it's validating the usage of crypto by one of the world's biggest companies, which is Alphabet, aka Google. Google has partnered with Coinbase to make this possible. It remains to be seen which cryptocurrencies will be eligible for payment, but I would assume that Bitcoin, Ethereum, and maybe some other top coins would be possible to use. It might be as far as anything that's listed on Coinbase or accessible through the Coinbase wallet that might be considered, considering that Google chose to partner with Coinbase in this endeavor. Apparently, Google is also considering adding digital currencies to its balance sheet through Coinbase Prime, which would again be a big deal.
But Matt, it's just Google Cloud purchases that they announced.
You might be wondering, does this really impact crypto at all? Well, Google Cloud makes up about 9% of all of Google's revenue, which, if you didn't know, is a lot of money. It's actually about $28 billion worth of revenue per year. So say even every 1 out of 5 customers starts paying for cloud services with crypto, that's about $5.6 billion per year of utilized cryptocurrency for a popular real-world product. I gotta be honest, that is bullish. Now, one other piece of news that might not be so bullish is the recent investigation of the most popular NFT brand in existence, the Bored Ape Yacht Club, and its creators, Yuga Labs. You may know that Yuga Labs is also the company that owns the second largest NFT collection by market cap, CryptoPunks. And now the SEC is coming after Yuga Labs. We know that the SEC, led by Gary Gensler, has been probing around NFTs since earlier this year, but now they're directing their focus at the top dog in the space. Or should I say the top apes in the space. What the SEC is looking most at is likely how Yuga Labs promoted the sales of their NFTs through their marketing campaigns. If there were any instance where Yuga implied or even said that Bored Apes could yield some sort of financial return, then this could be pretty worrisome. After all, if Bored Apes are deemed to be securities, then there's a high likelihood that Yuga will get in trouble for not complying with the very strict SEC regulations in place for all securities. And should it get to that point, you may have to believe that other projects would fall into the same boat as Bored Apes, which would give a seriously negative impact on NFTs as a whole. Now, personally, I don't think this probe's going to be resolved or even be that much of a news event for quite some time, but it's definitely something to keep an eye on. All types of governmental regulation for crypto and blockchain technology is super important over the next several months and years, as it's going to shape how this industry grows from here. Although it may seem counterintuitive and definitely against the motive of a decentralized world, I do think that there are some reasons to be encouraged that government bodies want to investigate, learn, and then regulate crypto and NFTs. Whether that regulation is favorable or not, we'll just have to see. But there is a massive amount of money on the sidelines, unable to invest in this space as a whole right now, because it's just so unregulated at the moment. The truth is that the big sovereign wealth funds just won't touch things where the rules are gray. It's not worth it. But once the rules are set in place, I expect we will see a serious cash flow of funds from major investors into the blockchain. Now, as for Yuga Labs and for NFTs, I think the SEC is looking closer at Yuga, and this might be the best option for NFT enthusiasts like you and me. What better project to follow than the biggest, most heavily backed, and probably the most scrutinized one? Yuga has an abundance of cash they've raised from investors like A16Z, and they can put that money to good use with their legal team, making sure that they have all the proper actions taken in this case. Ideally, the investigation ends with more clarity from the SEC on how they view NFTs in general, what rules and regulations might be put into place, and how the industry can move forward to ensure that investors and enthusiasts are better protected from the scams, fraud, and rugs that currently plague the space. Speaking of rugs, now you can see just how much money you and your friends lost in the Celsius bankrupt case. A Twitter user spent their precious time to create this website called CelsiusNetworth.com, where you can go and type in the full name of any person, and it will scan the entire court document from Celsius's bankrupt filing to compile all the cryptocurrency that the person had in Celsius before Celsius froze withdrawals and filed for bankruptcy. So, as you can see here, Some people have had multiple millions worth of crypto, even in these brutal bear market valuations, lost in the frozen abyss that is Celsius Network. As I said in one of my videos back in June, I was incredibly lucky to pull out nearly all of my crypto net worth from Celsius a mere 21 hours before they froze withdrawals. I also alerted my entire private group about 21 hours before they froze withdrawals and helped some of my members to save their funds as well. So if you want to join our private group to get all that kind of valuable information, click the first link in the description down below and check it out. Now, although I got most of my funds out, I still have about 7,000 Polygon or Matic in there that's currently worth somewhere around $6,000. As you can see, it's not fun. Hopefully your name comes up blank when you search on the site, because this is not a website that you want your name to be popular on. And lastly, speaking of popular things, a big announcement just came out from Azuki, which is their new technology called the Physical Backed Token, or PBT. I'll leave all these links down below, but you can see that this is an open source token standard which ties a physical item to a digital token on the Ethereum blockchain. You can see right here on their Twitter post that they have all kinds of different information, and they have some really strong graphics showing and describing exactly what this PBT is. I don't want to go into too much detail because I think they've done an absolutely amazing job explaining it. And they've also done it in a fashion that, to be honest with you, reminds me a lot of Apple's marketing. You can see right here, this screen right here reminds me a lot of Apple marketing. I think it's really, really well done. It's super clean, probably because it has the iPhone image in there that it's reminding me so much of Apple. But the fact that that's what I got from this right away is really quite strong for Azuki's branding, in my opinion. Instead of describing it all to you step by step, I think the video actually does a really good job explaining what they're doing and visually shows it pretty well. So let's check that video out now.
Yo, it's Z. I want to share with you something that we've been working on. The line between digital and physical is blurring. And at Chiru Labs, this intersection is our playground. We've been experimenting with something dope, and it starts with the Beam chip. A cryptographic chip that enables an experience we like to call scan to own. Use your phone to scan the chip to mint or claim a new kind of token. This is where the magic happens. Introducing the Physical Backed Token, a new standard that ties a digital token to a physical item. For the first time ever, PBT enables decentralized authentication and tracking of the full ownership lineage of physical items, all completely on-chain and without a centralized server. PBT sets the foundation for new experiences and storytelling. As a holder, you can build a collection that captures both the digital and physical worlds, trade authenticated items, or participate in real-life quests. On October 21st, Azuki is launching our first physical drop with PBTs, a series of 9 golden skateboards tied to the Azuki story. And yes, they're completely plated in 24-karat gold. Now, this is just the tip of the iceberg for the new types of experiences that are possible with this technology. The PBT standard is open source and available to the entire community starting today. So let's build the future of Web3 together.
Can also see that the price here of beans has gone back over 1 ETH. I do own 2 beans still, and you can see right here the price of these has also gone pretty high today. It's also gotten 191 sales today alone, much higher volume than it's gotten in the last 3-4 months or so. So this news definitely helping the Azuki brand, and I gotta say, I'm impressed with how they put this out and how good it looks. That's all I got for you guys today. If you liked the video, leave a like, subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Peace.